Hi, my name's Nell and this is my first ever survey exhibition at SAM. Of course, I'm inspired by all kinds of visual art, the whole history from unknown makers. So people, craftspeople, all through humanity, people have made things, but I love Renaissance art, Japanese ceramics, contemporary artists. Some of my favourites are Mike Kelly and Kiki Smith. My artistic process is actually sort of not having a process, that I make no boundary between my life and my practice. That all my life is a practice, so if I'm walking down the street, I just try to be observant of things and then translate that to a committed studio practice where I just put my music on and make stuff. So the wake is 41 works and they're all little spirit creatures. Each one has its own energy. Each one's got two eyes and a slit for a mouth, and some of them look like they're asleep and some of them look full of joy and some of them are full of sorrow. I made them over a 2-year period and I made them to have the weight that I could hold them in my arms, almost like the weight of a baby. And I made 4 of them in Ernabella, which is the oldest continuing art centre in Australia, Indigenous art centre in Australia, which has been running since 1948, and it was a privilege to work there alongside Indigenous artists. And it's not really permissible to collaborate, or it's not appropriate to collaborate, but what was really profound is being able to sit side by side with people in the same room, making work with the same materials. It's like a good old-fashioned sewing circle. So in this exhibition you're going to find sculptural objects, videos, paintings, installation, and then there's a whole cabinet that I've curated, including works from my personal collection plus works from the Shepparton Art Museum. And the work both traverses all those medias plus the themes that are long-standing in my practice, which is a collision of Western spiritual traditions, Christianity with Buddhism, and a whole lot of rock and roll and music and Australian culture thrown in. So I grew up with AC/DC. I didn't even have a choice whether I liked it or didn't like it. I feel like it's just part of my DNA, as it seems to be for millions and millions of people around the world. And I love the fans, the font, the music, the whole culture that surrounds it. And for me, it just seeped into my practice without me even really strategizing for it to do so. And I use it both in its base value, but also use some of the lyrics in a more existential way. And it works for me. To me, it's not really important that audiences take away any one thing from this show. I'm not trying to communicate any individual message per se. It's more about things that are meaningful to me, and I figure if they're meaningful to me, they might be meaningful to someone else. And if they're not meaningful, well, just walk through.